like that and basically had 3 seconds standing there by yourself in the half court before shooting?
No, but it was great execution on the play. EP set a great screen. Draymond was patient. And obviously, when we set screens like that and move with flow, you can kind of find yourself a little bit more open. Obviously, I'm sure they want that play back, but we executed pretty well. Thankfully, I made it.
Hi, Steph. Janie McCauley from AP. How did you feel like the lineup switch went with Looney coming in? And, we just heard from James, who said he learned a lot by coming into, in a different situation tonight.
Yeah, I think, overall this season was going to present a lot of opportunity, challenges, adjustments, and it all depends on how you take it in stride. And for a young guy like that to see it the right way, it means a lot. I told him that in the locker room after the game. It's not a guarantee that in this league guys are going to handle it the way he did and will continue, most likely. And obviously Loon is experienced and has been around, understands our defensive principles really well, and played extremely well, obviously, in terms of, shoring up the paint. But James is going to continue to develop, going to continue to be productive in his minutes no matter when they come, and, learn what he needs to learn on the fly. And that's for all of us because it's a new kind of situation this year, and we all got to be ready for whenever your buttons, your numbers, called, or what adjustments we make on a night-to-night, week-to-week, month-to-month basis.
Hey, Steph, it's Ryan Leong from NBC News Radio. You talked about when your numbers being called. Talk about that fourth quarter. I mean, you were in that, I think one stretch you scored like 12 points in like just over 3 minutes.
Just found openings and knocked it down. I think it was one of those weird games where we felt like we were playing, we can play better, but the way that we were playing, we felt like we had a bigger lead, even though they made some runs and, thankfully made some timely shots to open up the game and built a lot of momentum. It's kind of what you expect to do when you get back out there.
You look like you're always having fun, but is it one of those situations when you're scoring like that, you're having more fun, I guess?
Scoring is fun and winning is fun for sure. But I think the challenge for us is to try to bring that energy, the majority of the time. And I pride myself on being able to have fun and trying to make sure that that's first and foremost as we go through the ups and downs of the year.
Did you get any sense that Wiggins had any extra emotion tonight considering the opponent?
I mean, he's in here. You'll have to ask him in a second. I'm actually interested to hear his answer. Because he's quiet Wiggs over here. But make sure you ask that question. I'm going to stick around for that answer.
TJ Peterson, San Francisco Examiner. Steph, you mentioned, that, scoring flurry, if you will, in that fourth quarter. Steven mentioned that maybe he didn't like where the focus level or the execution was early on in the game. Was there something that really changed for you, or was it just a matter of, like you said, knocking down the shots and kind of just, finding those opening spots?
I thought we were really good in the first half, and then third quarter had more specifically, I think, what he was kind of referring to, or hopefully in terms of we had a window there where we were making dumb, stupid turnovers, giving up offensive rebounds, having breakdowns in defense, and then, my patented lazy pass at half court, little stuff like that where it's so hard to win games in this league. You can't have those little, spells. You can miss all the shots in the world. You can have the right kind of turnovers and stuff like that, but the focus has to be there, throughout the course of the game. And obviously I gotta do better in that respect, so that you kind of lead by example on that front. But thankfully we were able to turn it back on down the stretch of the game. It's going to be one where that back-to-back kind of vibe, playing the same team on Wednesday, we'll see how we adjust and how we continue to keep our foot on the gas pedal for 48.
Steph, is it harder to get a rhythm, or is it easier to get a rhythm on the ball when you got the ball in your hands, or off the ball, considering how the defenses are playing you?
I think it could be both, but I think mostly when we're playing solid, sound basketball on the offensive end is when things are flowing, no matter if it's me with the ball or not, and everybody's moving in the right time, and the right screens are happening, and you kind of find a rhythm that way. Where we've gotten in trouble is when the ball just sticks, whether it's me, whether it's whoever, and bodies don't move, and it's hard to create any type of momentum, knowing that they're probably going to send a lot of bodies, my way, Wiggs' way, and it becomes a little bit more difficult that way. So tonight, I think we started off the game really well, just moving the ball, or Draymond being aggressive in the pick and roll when he gets the drop down pass to score or stuff like that. You create good shots, and then everybody kind of gets a turn.
Steph, Chris Alvarez from ABC7. There's a shot on the broadcast of you losing your water. What was said and what happened there?
Nico is a pretty funny guy, but y'all don't get to know everything.
And then also, you hit that shot with about 5.5 to go, and it looks like you yelled out something, maybe boom. Draymond might have added that, but was that towards the dub hub? Was that towards the fan, or what's with boom?
Just great vibes all the way around, enjoying a win. That's it.
Okay.
Steph, you kind of mentioned before getting into a rhythm and how screen setting is important in that. Specific to Kevon Looney, obviously doesn't score a lot, but how helpful is his screen setting to the offense?
It's huge. We talked about that in shoot-around this morning. It's an art. It's a science. There's an art and a science to it in terms of being at the right place at the right time, seeing the play before it happens. Whether it's a pick and roll and the ball handler's being patient and waiting for it, there's a chemistry to it. So you have to kind of go through the reps a little bit to understand what it's like. And we drilled it a little bit this morning, but like you said, Loon has been there. He understands whether it's a pick and roll or whether it's an off-ball screen, how to get the guy open so that he gets open. You kind of have to go through it a couple of times to understand, especially at the speed of the game at this level, what it looks like.
One more.
Steph, you mentioned. Go ahead, Janie.
Last one. One more for Steph.
Go ahead, Nick.
You mentioned AC Law the other day, and in the context of James going from the starting lineup to the bench, how much do you think a younger player can learn when he's sitting on the bench and he's not playing?
A lot, but like I said earlier, you got to have the right perspective about it. You can't let it kill your spirit. You can't let it, let doubt creep in about who you are as a player. This league is very difficult to, establish yourself and to, understand who you are as a player and how you're going to make a difference, not just individually, but towards winning basketball and like the little things that matter. So it's all about how you approach it. And that's why I try to compliment him after the game. I think Coach said earlier, it's not a demotion. It's just, a necessary change. And you can look at it all type of ways if you're that player that's getting, or having that conversation pregame with Coach. But he's shown the patience to, again, learn what he needs to learn. When he gets out, he knows he's going to play. So when he gets out there, be productive, focus on certain, little things that can help him take the next step. And eventually the body of work will come. So not get discouraged by it because it's necessary right now.